CBR agents will be directed at every one of you. The purpose of this film is to show what you, the individual soldier, can do to protect yourself, so that you can perform your mission and live to tell about it. Now, just what is CBR warfare? CBR is a triple threat. It is chemical warfare with many types of poison gases, some extremely deadly. It is biological warfare, the use of disease germs. And it is radiological warfare, basically the radiation effects of atomic and hydrogen bombs. CBR agents will be coming at you from many sources. From bursting shells, from sprays and mists, from rockets, aerial bombs, and from atomic and hydrogen bombs. Let's face it, CBR warfare is a tough problem. Your commanders will do everything possible to protect you. But basically, no one can do it for you. You must protect yourself by knowing what the hazards are and what to do. Now, what are the hazards of an atomic or hydrogen bomb attack?
The explosion of an atomic or a hydrogen bomb destroys in three ways: through heat, radiation, and blast effect. We have learned a lot about these effects since Hiroshima. The heat from the bomb may be compared to the heat from an intensely bright sun. The radiation may be compared to that from an X-ray machine. The danger to you is not in the nature of the heat and radiation, but in the amount of exposure you get. If you have any warning, take cover before the bomb explodes. If it's a foxhole, the deeper the better. Thus, you will be protected from the heat and the radiation, and from the shock wave that will reach you after the burst, turning objects into deadly missiles. If the bomb explosion catches you in the open, take cover instantly. Thus, you may escape all of the effects of the shock wave. You also will receive less of the intense heat and radiation. The explosion may leave dangerous radioactive areas. Your commanders and trained men with instruments will locate these dangerous areas. This survey will be made from the air, by vehicle, or on foot. The instruments carried by the monitors will show which routes are safe and which are not. Usually there is little danger of breathing in radioactive particles, so you need not wear your mask unless ordered to do so. The real hazard from an atomic or hydrogen bomb is from radiation. Areas of dangerous radioactivity will be plainly marked.
So there are ways by which you can guard against the hazards of atomic and hydrogen bombs. Now, how about biological or germ warfare? Well, just remember this. You've been fighting and ducking disease germs all your lives. Some were quite deadly, but you licked them or you wouldn't be here.
A great deal is known about germs. First, we know that they're invisible except under powerful microscopes. They are all about us in everything that we eat, drink, breathe, or touch. We know how germs are spread. We're taking them into our bodies all the time. If we're lucky, we catch nothing worse than a cold. But we can't hope to be that lucky with all the deadly germs which the enemy will release in biological warfare. To keep down casualties, we must apply all that we know about how germs are spread and how to avoid getting them into our systems. If possible, stay away from areas posted with these germ warning markers. You can't tell when you are being attacked with disease germs, but once CBR warfare has begun, you must assume that sprays, shells, or smokes dropped directly on your position may contain deadly germs. You hold your breath, take cover, and mask without alarm or command. This automatic masking reduces the chance of drawing germs into your lungs. The mask gives you complete protection for the face, eyes, and respiratory tract. In rear areas, biological warfare may be a very important hazard. It's easy for saboteurs to plant biological agents. To warn others, you shout gas, the warning for both gas and germs. Remember, do not remove your mask until trained personnel tell you to do so. You must do everything possible to keep these disease germs from entering your body through your nose, mouth, or skin. Your mask and uniform will protect you against an obvious attack. But how will you protect yourself against the germs which you will be exposed to without knowing it? In general, rigidly follow every common sense rule of health. Keep clean. Frequent soap baths will wash away unseen germs that could kill you. Be especially careful about your face and hands. Germs allowed to remain there are most apt to get into your mouth or nose. You know how often cuts get infected. Take care of every break in the skin. It's a shortcut to your bloodstream. Take precautions against pests. They often are carriers of disease. If there is any doubt about the water supply, drink water only from sealed containers. Food also should come from sealed containers or should be prepared under close supervision. In spite of all precautions, some dangerous germs will get into your system, but inoculations will prepare you to give the germs a real battle.
Just remember this. Biological warfare isn't quite as new and bewildering as it sounds. If you follow all the rules you already know about fighting disease germs, you'll put up a sound defense. Now, how about chemical warfare? Fundamentally, it's as old as World War I, but never have been so many gases, such insidious and deadly gases.
The poison gases in existence today will be disseminated in sprays, smokes, and bursts. Again, when CBR warfare has been initiated and shells, sprays, and smokes are dropped directly on your position, hold your breath, take cover, and mask without giving the alarm. When shells, sprays, and smokes are not dropped directly on your position, the first person to detect any unusual odor or any unusual action on his body gives the alarm gas. Then all mask. Don't unmask until a specially trained man with a gas detection instrument says that it is safe to do so. In an emergency, when no detector kit is available, one man should unmask before the others. If he does not detect gas odor and feel effects on his body, it is safe for all to unmask. Often it will take great alertness to detect the warning signs. What are the clues? Smoke, mist, and vapor that seem out of place are #1 suspects. Unaccountable drops of liquid on leaves also are suspicious. Remember, poison gas may be in liquid or solid form as well as gaseous. Be wary of anything that looks unusual, and also for anything that smells unusual. Most war gases have at least a faint odor. Some won't smell the way you would expect a poison gas to smell. A certain gas might smell like clover to you, but like chewing gum to another man. But whatever the odor, if you can't account for it, beware. But you can't trust your nose too far in the detection of gas. Another test is the way you feel. Watch for these symptoms. Headache and rapid involuntary breathing are symptoms of some blood gases. Convulsions may follow. Blister gases irritate and blister the skin. If they get into your eyes, throat, or lungs, they may cause permanent injury. Choking gases affect your lungs, causing violent choking. Tear gas temporarily irritates your eyes. And vomiting gas makes you sick. Tear gas and vomiting gas are not in themselves killers. The most dangerous by far of all the war gases is the group known as nerve gases. They are quick killers. The early symptoms are dimming vision due to contraction of the pupils of the eyes, unexplained running nose, and tightness of the chest. Convulsions, paralysis, and death may follow.
The known types of gases are blood, blister, choking, tear, vomiting, and nerve gases. But you won't have time to figure out what type of gas is being used against you and what to do about that particular type. Moreover, the enemy will mix some of these gases to confuse you. The important thing to remember is that whenever you smell unusual odors or have odd bodily sensations such as those which have been described, assume that you are being attacked with gas and take action instantly. What action? A simple procedure for protecting yourself from any gas or mixture of gases. If you have been spattered with liquid gas in the face or eyes, you apply self-aid before masking. If you have been spattered elsewhere on your body, you apply self-aid after masking. For self-aid, you will need two things: your canteen and your chemical warfare agent's protection and treatment set. Remember, prompt self-aid may save your life. The absorbent blotting cloths are for blotting up drops of liquid gas left on your skin and rubbing off ointment. There are some large tubes of protective ointment, nerve gas poisoning. This syrette, or combination tube and needle, contains one injection of atropine. The seal is broken by pushing the wire down through the needle. Make sure that the seal is broken by squeezing a drop out of the point of the needle. Then plunge the needle into a large muscle of the body, such as the thigh, the buttock, or upper arm, and squeeze out the contents. Remember how it is done. The speed with which you do it may save your life. Now, let's see the proper procedure for applying self-aid regardless of the type of gas.
Suppose that you have been spattered with liquid gas, but it has not gotten on your face. You mask first. Soak up the liquid with the absorbent blotting cloth from your kit. Discard the contaminated cloth. Then flush with water from your canteen. Next, apply the protective ointment. Remove it with another blotting cloth. Then put on some more ointment and leave it on the skin until it wears off. If time and conditions permit, you can use the same method to decontaminate your face, being very careful to keep the protective ointment away from your eyes. Suppose that you have been spattered in the face, maybe in the eyes too. Holding your breath so that you won't draw gas into your lungs, you flush out your eyes with water. Then, flush your face. As quickly as possible, and clear the face piece. If you suspect nerve gas, mask immediately. Among the early symptoms of nerve gas are an unexplained running nose and tightness of the chest. Your vision grows dim because your pupils have contracted. With these definite symptoms of nerve gas poisoning, give yourself an injection of atropine. But before you take an atropine injection, be sure that you have the symptoms of nerve gas poisoning. Remember, use the wire in the needle to break the seal. Squeeze the tube until a drop appears. Then plunge the needle into a large muscle and squeeze out the contents of the tube. Then attach the needle to the breast pocket of your uniform, bending it into a hook. This shows that you have received one injection of atropine. If symptoms get worse, additional atropine will be administered to you by medical personnel. Areas contaminated with gas will be posted. Avoid heavily vegetated areas that may be contaminated with CBR agents. Check the wind direction when you are passing an area likely to be contaminated. If possible, go around these areas on the upwind side. Keep all types of CBR agents out of your system by being scrupulously careful about food and water. Eat and drink only from sealed containers or food and water procured from approved sources. Keep your clothing tight at your neck, wrists, and ankles. Keep your protective mask with you at all times so you can put it on at a moment's warning. Your mask is your best protection against CBR agents that may strike you any moment without warning. That mask may save your life. If there is a delay in reaching it, you may be very, very dead. Take as good care of your mask as you do of your weapon. Check that there are no large dents on the threaded lip of the canister, and that the canister is screwed tightly to the facepiece. Check that the outlet is not clogged. That there are no holes in the facepiece. Never risk fouling up the mask by using the carrier to carry candy or tobacco. It will pay you to practice putting on the mask as quickly and efficiently as you can. Fumbling can be disastrous. All these precautions are important for protection against CBR attack. In summary, when an atomic or hydrogen bomb bursts, take cover instantly. When CBR warfare has begun, and shells, rockets, sprays, or smokes are placed on or near your position, stop breathing, take cover, and mask without giving the alarm gas. Unusual sights and odors may indicate gas. Your physical sensations are an additional test for gas. Always assume that you may have been spattered with nerve gas and flush the affected part with water. How is protective ointment for gas on the skin? If your symptoms indicate nerve gas, inject atropine and carry on with your mission. For protection against biological warfare, follow all the rules of good sanitation. Stay clear of contaminated areas if possible. Recognize these warning markers.
If you master these precautions, if you drill them into your head until they become as instinctive to you as the blinking of an eye, you will have made progress toward licking this triple threat, CBR warfare. You can perform your mission and live to tell about it.